My dog has been doing the most terrifying things and I have no idea what to do. Please bear with me. Everyone will probably think I'm crazy, but I couldn't make this up. I hope posting this online will be a good start. My dog Otis is a relatively friendly Belgian Malinois with a tendency to get bitey when he gets nervous. To be honest, I never really liked him. I don't like to talk about it, but I'm sure you can piece together what happened when a clueless toddler and a nervous Belgian Malinois mix. I've had a scar ever since. A few weeks ago, my parents left me alone with just Otis and a few packs of ramen noodle cups to keep me company. I had my own phone, so I didn't care. I decided to get out my laptop and do a little gaming while I had the opportunity, and I heated up a fresh cup of noodles to eat. It was nice to have a little downtime to myself, and that was when I noticed it for the first time. As I booted up the game in the deafening quiet of a relatively empty house, I heard it. "You are alone." It sent chills up my spine. It was raspy and hard to understand, sort of quiet at the same time. It came from directly behind me. I ripped the headphones off my ears and turned to look behind me in a panic flurry. "Who's there?" I asked. No response, just silence. Spare the shaky sound of my panicked breaths. The only thing I could see was my dog, staring at me with those dead eyes of his. Did I imagine it? I didn't think so. "Otis, did you just talk to me?" I asked. I felt dumb saying it, but I couldn't help but try. As I expected, no response. My day was ruined. I pulled out my phone to text my mom about it before I heard it again. I say hello. This time it was quieter, but a little more clear. I looked back at Otis to see he was standing on his hind legs with his chest puffed out, like a deer with chronic waist syndrome. It was terrifying. His eyes were directly on mine, and he slowly sauntered towards with great difficulty. "What the hell, Otis?" I yelled, scrambling backwards off the couch. He fell from his two-legged walk and ran down the stairs with impossible speed. I was stunned. I knew there was no one I could tell. I had no evidence, no footage. They would think I was crazy. I would too. If someone came up to me and told me their dog talked to them while standing on his hind legs. It took me a while to go and check where Otis was. I was afraid. I sat in the living room unable to do anything but look around and check for signs of life. I decided I was going to text my mom a vague call for help by just telling her she needed to come home and that I would explain later. I knew she wouldn't believe it if I told her Otis was talking to me and walking around like a human, so I waited. I eventually built up the courage to walk downstairs to check where Otis was. I slowly walked down the steps, each creak in the old wood making me slightly more afraid. And what I saw was the most harrowing thing I'll ever see. Otis popped his head from above the doorway and hung upside down, staring at me right in the eye with an uncanny little toothy grin. And he just hung there staring at me, and I didn't even scream. I just stared right back, unable to move, unable to think. And he said one thing and one thing only, and I will never forget it, not until the day I die. He said, "No one will believe you."
是我们短暂的相逢，缠绵细语，胭脂泪飘落巷口中，悠悠听风声，心痛，回忆潜在残月中，愁思恨暗生，难重逢，承载痴人梦。今生已不再寻觅逝去的容颜，叹息浪情花一场。Cause baby dolls kill, don't provoke us or we will push you downhill. Might be pretty but we're still bitter as much as we're sweet. Knife hidden under the sheets, baby dolls kill, don't provoke